This is Apocalypse Radio for Sunday, March 22nd, 2020, 11:20 in the AM. This is Webisode 620.
They're the good guys to know. Everyone agrees. So step up, good guys, and sign in, please.
This is Apocalypse Radio for
insert date here
2005.
Dude, your intro is so 2005.
Oh, it's 2008.
2020?
Is it really?
I can't. I can't.
Apocalypse Radio. It's radio that is apocalyptic in nature.
Think about that for a moment.
And now, here's your host, Charlie.
Goddamn son of a bitch!
And Shaman.
Insufferable cock.
And we are back.
Hola, senors and senoritas.
Charlie over here.
And Shaman over here.
What's going on, dude?
Oh, man. I'm telling you what, this whole week, month, year, I am so tired of every single fucking inch of it. I am literally just fucking completely done the fuck in. As you and I were talking before the show, today makes day 22 for me. This is the 22nd day I've been stuck in the house. I did, as I told you, I did leave the house. Never got out of the car, but I left the house for about 20 minutes yesterday to let the wife get gas for the mower. But I never left the car. I refused to get out. I was just like, no, I'm not going to do it.
Yeah.
You know, and she was like, it's fine. It's just a gas pump. I'm like, no, all I need is one fuck stick walking, within 5 feet of me and sneezing in my general direction. No.
Oh, yeah.
Not even going to take a fucking chance. Not even gonna. It's just not worth it to me.
Nope.
I'd rather stay locked in. And she wants to go out. I don't know. I guess maybe I'll do this. She wants to go out later and drive through the cemetery because the spring flowers and everything are blooming and all that shit.
Yeah. But you're just driving, though, right?
Well, that's just driving. Yeah, I'm not going to.
Yeah.
No, we
getting out of the car.
No. And knowing her, she'll probably do the whole Pokemon thing while she's in there because that cemetery is a particular. No joke. That particular cemetery is a huge site for Pokemon stuff.
Oh wow!
It's hilarious because we used to, when we were actually both playing the game on a regular basis, we would go to Lexington Cemetery and drive through, and we'd spend 2 hours there because there was so much stuff to collect. And the funny thing was, it was in one of the groups I was in, it was one of the preferred sites for everybody. So we'd be out there driving through on a Saturday afternoon for a couple hours, and we'd see all kinds of people that we were acquaintances with driving through there also. So you'd drive in, and the cemetery would be crawling with people, and maybe 10 of them were there to actually see graves. Everybody else was doing the Pokemon thing.
Oh, shit.
Everybody that was driving through doing the Pokemon, man.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, it was quite a giggle. Quite a giggle.
Yeah.
But yes, society, for all intents and purposes, has shut down.
Pretty much. I mean, it's down here, mainly just essential places. Oops, knock that over. Essential places open. Pretty much everything else is kind of closed.
Yeah. It's all gone.
I had a friend of mine working at Dillard's in Louisville. They're still open.
Dillard's is?
Yeah.
Wow.
He was very pissed off about it. I'm like, that doesn't mean, having people try on clothes right now doesn't seem like the safest thing.
No, not at all.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yep.
That's fucking crazy. Wow. I'm still stunned and kind of irritated, I will be honest, that all of the comic shops in the area down here are staying open, and they're making a big deal out of, You know, we're practicing social distancing, and if you'd rather, we'll do curbside service, and we'll bring your order out to the car. Just call us, and we'll do the credit card right there at your car, et cetera, et cetera. And I'm like, okay, no, you're still facing me, and you're still within a couple of feet of me to get this all accomplished. Hand me this stuff, get my credit card, everything else, and they're keeping the stores open. And you know as well as I do, you go into a comic shop, you touch everything.
Oh yeah.
You pick up 20 books to flip open and look at the inside to check out the art or whatever. No, that's one of the few places I go, oh, you have no business being open. You need to shut down. And I understand the whole we can't shut down thing. You know, we'll go out of business. But even still, I'm like, no, you're a danger. You're more of a danger, in my opinion, than a restaurant allowing people to come in for carryout. And even that, I go, you know, that's kind of iffy. The curbside service, okay, but I'd rather get the home delivery. That way, I can tell the guy and leave a note with the order and say, leave it at the door.
Yeah.
You know, if you want to knock, fine. Just leave it at the door. I'll get it. You put it down. I'll come out 5 minutes later.
Yeah.
And I'll get it then. I don't want anything even remotely resembling human contact. I've gone out of my way for 22 days to avoid everyone.
Yeah.
I'm making FaceTime calls with friends, you know, Skyping with you, and I'm like, nah, this is enough. This is enough human contact.
Yeah.
You know, maybe I'll feel differently once I hit that like 40, 50 day mark of being secluded. I have to admit though, even 22 days, I am going nuts.
Oh, I imagine.
Oh, I want to go to a store so bad just to be there. I want to go to the grocery, but won't do it.
Well, you know, don't blame you. I mean, your situation, really, it is not advisable for you to be out there running around and, you know, doing all that stuff. Yep. So, completely agree with you on that one. Yeah. You need to be isolated. There's several people I know that completely need to be isolated. So, I have no issue with you all staying indoors, you know, and I completely understand the risks of, you know, and that's got to be the hard part, too, is knowing that anything you pick up or you get is touched by somebody else.
Right, exactly. Money, all that shit. It's kind of funny, a few days before I went into lockdown, a friend of mine came over and owed me a few bucks, so he threw me a stack of ones and was like, here you go, this is what I owe you. And I was like, cool, didn't think about it at the time and threw it in a drawer next to my desk. And I guess it was 3-4 days ago, I went looking for some pipe cleaners and opened that drawer and looked down and started to pick up that money, and I was like, no. Why would you touch that money? Just let it sit there for the next however long. I don't want to touch it. How do I know what's on it? I mean, Jesus.
Yeah, true.
And who knows?
And they've actually already suggested now, don't use cash anymore.
Right, use a credit card. Yeah.
Apple Pay.
Apple Pay. Yep, I can use my wallet.
Really, Apple Pay, you don't even really have to touch much other than your phone.
Well, you don't even have to.
Card, you have to, you know, insert everything. Well, no, you have to touch your phone. I mean,
you just touch your phone to it, or just get it.
Yeah. I'm saying, but you touch your phone. You know, that's the only thing. You don't have to insert a card, push in number. Well, actually, you do have to push in numbers if you're using your debit card.
You don't have to touch like a keypad or anything like that, unless you use your credit card. In which case, yeah, you do.
Yeah.
You usually have to touch a keypad, or like if you're like me, or you, and you've got an Apple Watch, you can do Apple Pay that way. I don't even have to touch my phone then. Yeah. I just tap the watch and hold it next to their device, and bang, I've paid. You know.
Yeah.
I'm done. I'm out.
Yep. So, but no, we went to the beach yesterday. I say I got up and went to work for a little bit because I mean, you know, here's the thing. I've kind of got it set up, and that's what I've been working on for the past week, just making sure I can get everybody to be able to do shows or do whatever from home if the need arises.
Yeah.
The thing is, I don't want to get to the point of going, you guys can't come into work.
Right.
Because even if it's coming in and doing what we call voice tracking, it takes you about a half hour. If you're at home doing the rest of your stuff, you're going to want a break.
Oh, you are.
I'd rather you just go ahead and come on into work than go out and risk yourself someplace else.
Right.
Because you will wind up leaving and going somewhere and doing something.
Somewhere.
So just come on into work. Be smart with it. If you're sick or been around somebody that's sick, just stay away.
Yeah. Even Barb has gone to, Barb's place has finally gone to remote work. I think she said she's going to have to go in once a week, but the other 4 days of the week she'll be doing everything from home, and that makes me feel a little safer, knowing that she's not going to have human contact and bring it home to me.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that definitely makes me feel a little bit better. Haven't played much Xbox though.
No, I'm going to get in today and play for a little bit.
Well, I will try to be there because
not sure.
I want to play.
Not sure what I'm going to play yet. I don't think that golf game is going to work.
I don't think it is either. I don't.
I was messing with it. I'm like, well, this is bullshit.
Yeah. And it's leaving at the end of the month anyway, so we'd have time for maybe 5 or 6 games over the course of a few days, and bang, then it'll disappear. I did find some new ones. What was it? It's not on right now. I found a couple of new games. Oh, I found one that we get. Apparently, they've done an add-on of like 3 or 4 games, special games a month.
Yeah.
That we get as Game Pass holders, and one of them looked really interesting, so I went ahead and pulled it down. It's called World of Tanks Mercenaries.
Yeah.
And apparently, you get. It's got one of those games. It's one of those games where you can do in-app purchases, and it comes with the version for Game Pass. Comes with a bunch of stuff that normally would be a game add-on you'd have to buy, but we actually get it for free.
Yeah.
So I thought that was kind of cool. So I pulled that down, thinking maybe we'd find
Ace
something
Combat
to play
7 is up on Xbox Game Pass.
Oh, is it?
A flyer.
I like a good flyer.
Oh no, hang on. Do I save money on this, or is this a game I actually have? I don't know. Well, continue on.
No, I was just saying though that we got new free stuff, and if anybody's looking for, God knows I'm not on very often, but I am on. If you're looking for people to play with, we're not sure if we'll have the same games as you, but my gamer tag is Shaman, SHAMAN. Nice simple gamer tag. You know, I was joking with Callum yesterday. I got on, did an Xbox party with Callum for about an hour.
Yeah.
Yesterday, and just shot the shit, and mentioned to him, I get at least one request a week from somebody that I don't know asking me to give up my gamer tag because they want it.
Yeah.
I'm like, fuck you. I've had that gamer tag for over 14 years. I have had the same gamer tag. I have no interest in changing it or giving it up to anybody. Fuck that noise. You know, I was one of the original Xbox Live beta testers. There's no way I'm giving up that tag. Jesus.
Oh, yeah. No.
Mm-mm. Hell no.
How much you willing to pay?
Yeah, really, exactly. Give me $10,000.
$10,000, yeah.
10,000, I'll consider it. I'll consider it.
Yeah, I'm actually going through the Microsoft store right now to see what golf games are out there that we can possibly play.
There's got to be something. If I have to buy one,
yeah.
I mean, as long as it's reasonably priced.
You know, like I said, I don't even want to necessarily buy one if I haven't played it and go, this game sucks.
True. Do they still do links?
Don't think so.
Okay. I don't know if they were still keeping that going.
Think so.
That's too bad, because Links was so fucking good.
Oh, yeah.
That was the one where you used the button to swing, wasn't it?
Yes, I believe so.
Yeah, I like that one.
Something like that.
Yeah, I like that much better than using the stick to pull back and shove forward. I definitely like the button version better. Much easier to use. So on the other hand, during this time of worldwide crisis, etc., if you want to see movies at home, you couldn't have found a better time.
Yeah.
All these movies that were out at the theaters that came out in the past 2 or 3 weeks before the theaters shut down, suddenly all the movie companies are dumping them on Vudu, Amazon, iTunes, etc. for sale / or rental to make some money off of them since, again, box offices has shut down. So let's see. This week we got The Hunt, which I want to see. We got Invisible Man, which I want to see. And we got Emma, which Barb wants to see. Next week we're getting Doolittle, The Gentleman, and Bloodshot. Bloodshot didn't even open in theaters. Wait a minute,
Oh,
no,
yeah.
it did.
It did, and it was like, I mean, it opened like the weekend. It all went to shit.
Yeah, it had one weekend logged, and then everything shut down. So it's coming out Tuesday, and I'm actually really excited about seeing that one.
Yeah.
That one I want to see because it's based on the comic book, which I've read a few issues of now in the past week. But yeah, I've read just enough to make me go, okay, this might be kind of fun. I'll dig this.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll check this movie out. Shit. And of course, Disney released Onward, the newest Disney Pixar, on Friday night at 8:00. And I'm hoping, I don't know if they'll release numbers on it or not, but I would really like to see numbers on that and see how many copies they sold, because it was, if I remember right, it wasn't available for rent, or won't be available for rental until sometime in April.
Yeah.
But it is available for, I think it was $19.99 for sale. And I know there were more than a few people that I talked to and with kids that I clued them into it and let them know, hey, if in case your kids were wanting to see.
I'm having a coughing fit right now, so in case you want to see where he's at.
Oh, there we go. I'm back.
Okay.
But
which I don't know how sensitive this. I'm using a new microphone, by the way, for anybody listening. I'm using a Yeti microphone, company Blue, and I don't know how sensitive it is where you actually hear his coughing that's coming through my speakers.
Oh, I didn't even think about that.
I haven't even checked to see how sensitive it is right now.
Yeah.
These are made by Blue, and they're USB mics, and it hasn't been too bad. If you just need like a basic mic, and I don't think, like I said, I haven't used this for recording spots or audio for on air, but I mean, this is the first time I'm using it. We got this to prepare people to be ready to go from home in case need be. So,
sounds good.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I can't tell. I'll listen back to the show afterwards and see. Which we're still recording in stereo, mixing down to mono, right?
Right.
Okay. It seems like it's cleaned up all the pops and stuff we were having.
As a matter of fact, what we're doing is we're recording in stereo, normalizing it down 1.4 dB, and then saving it out as a mix to mono, and that's what I'm posting.
Yeah. Yeah.
Speaking of which, go ahead.
Yeah. Well, continue with your movie talk, then we'll come back around to that. Write down, come back to the way you're going to be able to hear the podcast.
Well, actually, let me look here. That's pretty
we were talking about Bloodshot. And,
that's pretty much all I had.
No, you were saying though that there was something else that you were going to go into, because we were talking about before the show, Bill and Ted 3 and some other stuff and how everything's getting pushed back, but some of them are being released, for on demand, day of on demand. And I said, well, they'll probably put Bill and Ted on demand. You're like, no, they won't.
Nah.
And so we'll talk about this on the show.
Yeah, I think they put too much money into that. The big rumor this week was that.
But do you think though that for a movie like that?
Nah, I don't think they'll. I think they'll push it to the theaters.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think you'll see an early release on video on demand for that one. I think there are some you're going to see, like the ones we've just mentioned, or those type movies. I think you'll see released straight to video in the coming couple of months, depending on how long this thing lasts.
Yeah.
But I think there's a lot that you're not going to see, and studios are not even going to consider. The big rumor this week was that the studio, Warner Brothers, was looking at possibly releasing the new Wonder Woman on video.
Yeah.
And within 2 days of the rumor starting up, Warner came out and issued a press release.
Oh, hell no.
And they stomped down on it hard, and they were like, no, there is no chance we are going to release this on video demand. We are going to wait until theaters are back open, and it will be a theatrical film. They were stomping those rumors immediately. But there are...
You say that in the first week and a half of the lockdown.
Right.
After a month, be like, fuck yeah, we're putting that out.
Yeah, you never know. You never know. Like I say, depending on how long this thing lasts.
Yeah, because there's still the possibility of Black Widow going to Disney Plus.
That's a possibility. We'll see.
There's been talk.
I was going to say Disney could afford to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or Apple, if Apple winds up buying them.
That's a rumor that makes me nervous.
Yeah.
I get scared when I hear things like Apple buying Disney. I'm like, Disney, God knows there are some things they did wrong, the Skywalker saga. But there's a lot of things Disney does right and understands, like the Marvel movies and shit like that. And I would hate to see them. I would hate to see that mindset or that way of doing business disturbed by being owned by Apple. I don't know if I'd like that or not. Would make for one interesting, humongous, giant, mega fucking corporation. I'll say that much. I would like it though if they released Black Widow to Disney Plus. I would enjoy that because I desperately want to see it. But again, it's going to be a long time before I even think about trusting a theater.
Yeah.
Even when this thing is quote unquote done, it won't be done. You're still going to have cases. You're still going to have, even if it's minimal, you're still going to have people getting infected. And again, we travel back to I'm not even going to take a chance. And a theater would be one of the biggest places to take a chance.
And really right now, until they had come up with a vaccine.
Right.
Which we're talking, that's 18 months.
Oh, yeah. That's a year to 18 months away.
Yeah. That's why. And that's the other thing, too. See, I think, when people hear some of this news, they freak out a little bit. Because they're prepared for 18 months. I don't think that's going to mean you're going to be stuck in your home for 18 months.
Hopefully not.
Yeah. I think it means you're going to see, cases popping up, over the course of the next. Because we still don't know if you can get it again after you got it the first time, do we?
No, we don't know.
Because really, China seems to have all calmed down now.
Right.
Again, that's maybe because they're beating the shit out of everybody who walks out of their house.
Could be. Could be.
But doesn't seem like in some places that had it and that are on the on the mend that that there's been the reports of it, they pick it up. Now I'm sure what's going to happen, just like most other diseases of this nature, there will be new strains, and this will be something kind of, again, probably like the flu, where you have to go out and get the latest strain of it, especially if it does wind up being kind of like the flu, where in the hotter months it's not as bad.
Right.
Again, we don't know that yet.
No,
so,
we don't know.
We shall see.
Yeah.
But, again, I think it's something we're going to be dealing with probably for years to come. But,
oh, yeah. Oh, easily.
But to this level, who knows?
Yep. Only time will tell.
Yep. But we hope not.
Yeah, we definitely hope not. Other entertainment news. I don't know if you've heard this. I think it just came out last night. Robert Rodriguez is going to direct at least one episode of The Mandalorian.
Oh.
And have you heard the big news about Mandalorian?
That what's-her-face is showing up as the...
Ahsoka.
Yeah.
Yeah, Rosario Dawson is playing Ahsoka, which is... I have never watched the Clone Wars cartoon, but apparently this character is a big deal in that series.
Yeah.
And is a big part of that series, and everybody's all excited because now... that cartoon character is going to be crossing over into the live-action series.
Yeah.
And I love Rosario Dawson. She's awesome. So it'll be interesting to see. I don't know if you've ever seen a picture of Ahsoka, but she's got this weird head thing and the face paint markings and shit. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, it'll be kind of cool to see her dressed up as that character.
Yeah.
Be kind of fun. And for anybody who's curious, I just found out this morning. Apparently, today, Sunday, Dark Phoenix is premiering on HBO.
Oh.
Which I want to see, but it's supposedly the worst of all the X movies.
I can probably see why.
Yeah, exactly. But I still, part of me still wants to see it, so I'm sure if it's on this afternoon, I'll probably end up watching it.
Yeah.
Just for shits and giggles. Just to say, I watched it. Because I've seen all the X movies and enjoyed most of them so far. I've pretty much enjoyed most of them so far.
Yeah.
To varying degrees of like, I guess you'd say. Yeah. But that's coming out. Let's see.
Okay.
What have I got here? Netflix, Disney. Oh, did you hear? Disney,
probably not.
You probably have. I was going to say, we got nothing to do but read news anymore.
Well, no, I still have working on other things I'm trying to do.
That's true.
After we get done with the show, I need to update the list of everybody still offering takeout and curbside and everything else that I've got on the websites here.
True.
Because I keep getting all these emails going, hey, we're doing this, we're doing that. So we're trying to make sure everybody supports their local businesses right now because as the unemployment winds up skyrocketing in the next month or so.
They're talking 20 to 25%.
Oh, easily. And again, you got to imagine everybody's shut down right now.
Yeah.
And I know they're trying to work on some kind of package here for small business that supposedly will help keep payroll going through through at least August, I think.
Right.
So we'll see what happens with that.
Yeah, I literally, truly could not have picked a better time to retire than right now.
Oh, yeah.
Could not have picked a better time. I mean, Jesus. I worry about my daughter because God knows she's not touching money. She works for the credit union for UK, and she's not actually touching money. But even still, I think they're going this week, though. I think they're going this week to work at home because she was asking me some questions about some adapters she needed to take one of her work computers home and hook it up with dual monitors. Which reminds me, she never did stop by yesterday and pick up that adapter. I'll have to ask Barbara about that. She was supposed to come pick one up. I told her, I said, I'll lay it out on the front porch. I said, come get it. And that's killing her and me both because I haven't seen her in 3 weeks. She went so far as to call me. I guess it was Thursday. She FaceTimed me Thursday, and we sat on the FaceTime, and she went out back, and we sat there and had a cigarette together on FaceTime, just for the simple fact that, like I say, we haven't in 3 weeks and haven't seen each other in 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Driving me fucking nuts.
I imagine so.
And I know to a degree I'm probably driving Barb nuts because I'm constantly puttering around the house. I still standard behavior. I can't seem to sit down and do any one thing. I'm either sitting in front of Facebook hitting F5 refresh constantly, or, occasionally watching the Bond movies playing behind me. But inevitably I get up, walk around the downstairs, go upstairs for a few minutes, find some food, eat something, come back downstairs, repeat the entire process, 20 minutes later. Boy, I did have a good breakfast, though, right before the show. Got to have some hot chicken tenders from Joe Ellis.
Oh, there you go.
Had some a couple of nights ago and saved one because I couldn't eat the whole thing. Saved one, and I had forgotten about it until today, and raided the fridge, chowed down on that. Man, I love Joe Ellis. God, they have the best chicken. And now, this afternoon, I've got half a steak to eat.
There you go. So you did that last night?
Yeah, I cut that steak in half. Man, Barb, God love her, she placed an order with Whole Foods and decided to be nice and order me a steak because she knows I like one once a week or so. Yeah. So she decided to order me one. Well, I didn't know, and she didn't realize, that they only deal in 1 pound steaks.
Oh, wow.
And I'm like, dude, I can't eat a 1 pound steak. I'm like an 8 to 10 ounce guy, and then I'm full, any more than that, and I can't breathe. Gut starts pressing into my lungs, and I can't breathe for shit. So I try to stay, 8 to 10 ounces. Not only that, it was an inch thick steak, and it was, that was what I was saying. It was an inch thick steak. It was an inch thick and a pound. So it was just massive, and I didn't know. I was texting you. I didn't know how long to cook it to get, decent pink on the inside. I didn't want to well done it. Well done's fine occasionally, but I'm much more of a fan of leave a big pink stripe in there in the middle. But I figured it out. I think it ended up being 7 minutes on one side, 9 minutes on the other, and nobody understands. I think it was Callum that I was describing it to, what I was using to cook. And he was like, what? I have never heard of that before. It's a skillet, but it's an electric skillet.
Yeah.
And you just plug it into the wall, and bang, you've got, the skillet sitting there. And, it's not on the stove or anything like that. It's just a standalone unit. Apparently, most people aren't used to something like that. That's all I've ever had around here for do stuff like that.
Yeah.
Because Barb won't let me use most of her pots and pans and skillets to cook meat.
Not with your meat death.
No, not with my meat death. No, she won't do it. Tell you what, though, some of these friends on my Facebook are hilarious.
Yeah. And why is that? As he goes into a little coughing thing.
All the meat they're buying.
Oh yeah. See, I've bought a little bit. I have not gone crazy. The only thing I've stocked up on, probably more than I probably should have.
Yeah.
Beer.
Well, beer is useful.
Yeah. I'm like, And I think that's just because of the experience I've had with hurricanes of beer being gone. I'm like, I'm not running into that situation.
I've been stockpiling bourbon.
Yeah. I mean, even though they just, McMaster's said he's now allowing these bars and restaurants to actually sell packaged beer curbside.
Yeah, same here.
Deal. I'm like, okay, I get it, but why you charge me $12 for a 6-pack, dude?
Yeah.
You need to come down that price a little bit.
Got that good price gouging going.
Well, no, it's not price gouging, but that's how much you'd pay for
at a bar.
Six. If you got a bucket of beer at a bar, which would be like 5 or 6, it'd be like $12.
Wow.
Which is $2 a beer, and that's what you pay at a bar. And I guess that's their price. But I'm like, I can go buy a 6-pack for $7.
Yeah, exactly. Jesus.
So, and I pay for it at the bar because you're employing people and everything else. But I just don't know, if I'm just getting it and leaving.
Yeah, exactly. And I don't know about you, but we're doing.
I don't think they'll let you drink in the parking lot.
No, I can't imagine not. Yeah, I can't imagine that. I don't know if you all are doing this. But you really should tune in occasionally just for fun to the press conferences that Andy Bashir is doing every day at 5 o'clock, including the weekends.
Yeah.
He's doing an hour-long or longer press conference every day at 5, updating Kentuckians on everything that's going on, what's happened, the newest patients, how many we've got, where they are.
Yeah, they do the same thing here.
Are they? Okay. And everybody is in love with Bashir. Everybody is in love with him because he's doing such a good job on keeping everybody informed and keeping a real calm attitude about the whole thing. I love watching his press conferences because I'm like, this dude's got it fucking in control. He knows what to say. And people are already, there've already been a lot of rumblings saying, this guy's got a future. Maybe, who knows? We won't use the word president, but he's got a future in politics, and he'll go places. And I'm sure after what he's demonstrated for the past 2 weeks, he is. I'm betting money he's going places. He's gonna do something good. Yeah.
But is he good because he's really doing good, or is it good by comparison?
No, he's really. Really by comparison.
Yeah.
Fucking anybody compared to Bevins.
Yeah.
Did I tell you he blocked me?
Yeah, you told me that. That was like your last Sunday achievement, I believe.
Fucking blocked me. But you know what?
Yeah.
I've been relentless. I've been continuing to post tweets bashing him and tagging him directly. And I felt bad because I posted this great picture somebody came up with, and it said, this is what COVID-19 looks like if it's a person. And it was a picture of Bevan. Because everybody, everybody, Republican, Democrat, everybody pretty much in the state is to the point now where they're like, thank God Bevan's not in control of this because he would have been at Hooters taking selfies with the fucking girls and not doing press conferences like he should. He would have totally blown this whole thing off. And, like I say, I keep tweeting him. And I tweeted that one to him with his name tagged in it, and Barb goes, that's useless. Why are you doing that? I'm like, because I'm hoping he unblocks me. She goes, he can't see you. I'm like, what do you mean? What are you talking about? She goes, when he blocks you, he can no longer see you, and you can no longer see him. I'm like, well, that's no fun. Damn it. I thought he could still see me. I want him to see what the fuck I'm posting. I want his little ears to be red and him to be fuming about it. Damn it.
That's hilarious.
Moronic fucker.
So, but no, he's coming in every day and kind of, he did finally, thank God, yesterday during his press conference, he did this on online, saying, look, as of right now, because the rumors are just flying around everywhere.
Right.
Everything's gonna shut down. I mean, they're just gonna everybody's gonna be in this lockdown situation.
Yes. Yeah.
Shelter in place. And he did come out and say that's not being considered right now.
Good.
We're not to that point yet.
Good.
Because that was panicking a lot of people.
Oh, I bet.
It was even gone. That's why I had to talk to a couple people last night because they were scared to death of this whole lockdown. I'm like, dude, I said that's just something that's going on. I don't know where it came from, someplace online, I'm guessing.
Right.
But from everything I've heard, you're not anywhere near being close enough to, being locked down yet.
Right.
The cases just don't support it right now.
Yeah.
They're doing New York and California and Washington and really Illinois, but really Illinois, I'm guessing, is mainly Chicago.
Probably.
Really places with major cities.
Yeah.
Where people are on top of each other.
Yeah, exactly.
You can't go down the street and, like I say, I can walk out right now. I can do a whole walk around the neighborhood. Chances of me seeing anybody or actually coming within 3 feet of anyone is slim to none.
Right.
There will be people out walking.
Oh, yeah.
Dogs doing stuff like that, but I won't even be anywhere near them.
Yeah. I haven't even ventured out to do a walk.
Yeah.
Barb went for a walk the other day around the neighborhood.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't want to. Plus, I don't walk very well. I get out of breath like real fucking quick.
Oh, I thought you just meant you just don't walk very well. No. I stumble, trip. Fuck, I'm just clumsy shit.
Depends on how much how many cigarettes I've had that day, Depends entirely on how many cigarettes I've had. The more I smoke, like right now, I'm sitting here going, fuck me, it's 1 o'clock and my lungs are shot. I've already, let's see, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. I have already officially smoked a half pack.
Jesus, dude.
I got up at 8. 1 o'clock now, so 4 or 5 hours.
Yeah. So you've smoked that means, damn, dude.
I know it. It's bad.
And then, I've been vaping like a fiend, so. But I don't really wake up and have, like, any big coughing fits or anything like that,
right.
So.
Yeah, that first cigarette, man, I don't know what it was about today, but that first cigarette I had this morning at 8, I went out in the Florida room, sat down with my coffee, puffed that thing, didn't smoke it any faster than normal or anything, but went to stand up afterwards and sat my ass right back down. I haven't had a head rush like that from a cigarette in a long fucking time. Wow. It really got to me. Now, on the other hand, I enjoyed the fuck out of that feeling.
Yeah.
I love that whole completely off balance thing. It's a good feeling in my book. But, I did not expect that at all. Wanted to sleep in this morning. Just I couldn't force myself to.
Yeah, I got up about, I saw you were up early because I got up about, I guess about 7:45.
Okay.
When I woke up and started moving around, shared a meme this morning, and I saw you liked it. I was like, damn, you're up early. It's Sunday.
Hell yeah, that's definitely up early for a Sunday.
Yeah. I'm normally up anywhere between 6 and 6:30 on most days.
Damn.
But on the weekend, it's about between 7 and 8 I'll get up.
Yeah, see, that's normal for me. About 7:30 to 8:30 is usually about when I'll get up. Sometimes on the weekdays, I can actually force myself to sleep in till 9. Unfortunately, back when I first ended up out of work, man, I was sleeping till 10:30 every day. But for some reason, something snapped at some point, and my body went, nope, you're getting up at 7:30 or 8.
Yeah.
You're going to go ahead and get up. So I've gotten up right about the time Barb has actually left in the mornings. A couple of mornings I've actually gotten up when she got up. Something happened this week one day that I don't remember what it was, but something happened.
And
to force me out of bed. And I actually got up at 6:30 with her. That shit was hard because the longer I'm awake, the more I smoke.
Yeah.
It's one of the reasons I like to sleep in late. It's that many more hours I will not try to put a cigarette in my mouth and light it. The longer I can sleep. That's why, with the exceptions of nights I've stayed up and hung out with you online, I've pretty much stuck to my 10 o'clock bedtime, again, just for the simple fact that it's less smoking for me.
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah. And I'm totally okay with that. On the other hand, my drinking, holy fuck.
Out of control?
Oh, completely out of control. A friend of mine posted a meme yesterday that I thought was so funny. It said, something to the effect of, you do realize that half of us are going to come out of this whole thing as incredible cooks, and half of us are going to come out with drinking problems. And I immediately responded and said, I'm raising my hand, drinking problem here.
Well,
I guarantee you I will have one.
That's not like to say that it was all under control before.
Exactly.
We didn't come out.
I got 3.5.
I went in full blown.
Yep. And I just made it worse. I've got 3.5 liters of bourbon sitting here.
Yeah. Even though I honestly feel this week will be the turning point for people, not for necessarily the coronavirus, but the people in general. I think this week will be the point. I think last week we saw the panic.
Right.
Past week and a half, we've been dealing with just panic. Everybody's like, what the fuck? This week it'll be like, okay, I've now been home for a week and a half. I'm starting to get used to it. It's no longer freaking me out as much. Yeah. We got plenty. The stores are getting restocked. They're putting limits on what people can buy. So, so I get that. And we wind up, being okay. Now, next week is when people will be like, if it's still going on, same situation, people will be like, okay, this is the new normal, and you'll basically see a lot of stuff really die down.
Yeah, I'm hoping so. I really am. I'm hoping so. Yeah. I don't know. I'm trying to calm down myself.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's jumped up. It's been way more, but, again, we'll see how this next week progresses.
Right.
Because we are almost at that point now. I mean, I haven't looked in a while on our 17-year-old kids website.
What's that?
The 17-year-old kids website. The COV 2019 live.
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't been on there to see what we've got going on, as far as numbers.
Well, let's see.
So,
I've got it up in front of me.
30,000 infected, up 6,000 today, 389 deceased, 186 recovered. We're still only at 1% recovered. It's still hanging around that 1%.
Right.
Of people who get or fatalities. I'm looking through the states now. Kentucky's actually kept it pretty under control. But then again, I need to look this up real quick. By comparison, who's got more population?
True. Good question.
Kentucky versus South Carolina.
That is a good question.
Let's see. States. And also, I just want to give props. This is in these great times, the internet comes through. And today there is a toilet paper calculator.
Is there really?
Yeah. How much toilet paper you got? How many times a day you go to the bathroom? It tells you how long you can survive.
You don't even want to know how much toilet paper I've got.
I don't want to know. But then again, though, you're like one of them depression families.
Yes.
Where it wasn't like you went out and stocked up right away. You've always been this stocked up.
I've always.
Maybe a little bit more this time, but still.
Now, I guarantee you, from this moment henceforward in history, I have decided from this point henceforward, because we're not stupid. We know this is going to happen again. It may be 5 years, it may be 10 years, but somewhere down the line, it's going to happen again. So from here on out, I will have at all times a case, somewhere between 24 and 48 packages of chicken ramen.
Yeah.
Because it's the one thing I never thought about ordering. By the time I did think about it, you couldn't get your hands on it. I haven't talked to Barb today. She just got in from the grocery a while ago, and I haven't gotten to touch base with her. I told her, if you're going to the grocery anyway, I said, for God's sakes, look in the ramen aisle. I'm sure they won't have any, but if they do, grab every chicken ramen you can fucking find. Because as we talked about last week, I can live on that shit, man.
Yeah.
I love ramen. Greatest food in the world. It's truly a comfort food for me. I love it. But, I'm curious if she was able to find any.
So, by comparison, though, South Carolina and Kentucky, this is according to the estimate of July 1st, 2019.
Yeah.
South Carolina with 5,148,714 people. Kentucky, 4,467,673 people. So, about 600,000 more here. And South Carolina ranks 23rd in population, and Kentucky ranks 26th. Oh. Now, looking at the coronavirus dashboard, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 20. We're 22nd in confirmed cases.
Oh, okay.
23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32 for Kentucky.
Okay. Okay.
Only 99 cases confirmed in Kentucky with 35 deaths. That's not good.
No, that's not. That's not good at all.
That's not good at all.
No.
South Carolina, 174 infected and 3 deaths.
Yeah.
Which is pretty good.
Yeah, that is. That is.
Oh, I'm sorry. I looked at the wrong thing. No, 3 deaths in Kentucky.
Oh, okay.
New 35 new ones today.
Okay. 35 new cases. All right.
But again, I don't know how available testing is where you are.
It's not.
That's a lot of the jump is the fact that more testing has now become available.
Right.
I mean, in ours, our case, yeah, it's become more available. There's still like some people that are they're saying you're not in that group yet. You're not there to be tested yet. So,
right.
And
even if you are in the group, it is still exceedingly hard to get in a situation where they are willing to test you. Barb went through that with a friend of hers who was pretty, she was sick. She was pretty sure that's what was going on. She ended up in a circular pattern between emergency services, the hospital, her doctor, and the COVID hotline here in Kentucky.
Yeah.
And she kept getting passed around in a circle until I think eventually she ended up, after tearing out her hair over it for a week, I think she ended up getting tested and she's waiting for the results back, if I remember correctly. So, yeah, I feel for her. I'm like, dude, this is not the way it's supposed to happen.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be, if you qualify, you should be getting tested immediately. And if you are, infected, just fucking lock down and get out of society. We don't want you anywhere near any of us.
Yeah.
If you even think that you are fucking infected, just go away.
Yeah.
Go home. Stay there.
Yeah.
Don't come out.
Nope.
I do have to, and I worry about Barb because I do have to worry beyond my own worry for me, because like she went to the grocery today and who knows how many people were in that grocery. I'm sure it was full.
Yeah.
And who knows how many of those people, like you say, are undiagnosed infected. I mean, Jesus. And how many of those people that if they wouldn't give a fuck and would still come out to the grocery.
Yeah.
I need whatever. Whatever. You don't.
Yeah.
Go home. Go home. Seclude, man. Seclude.
Mm-hmm. As I'm looking at populations versus how many infected.
Right.
Like the population in New York State's 19.5 million.
Jesus, really? I didn't realize they had that many people there.
Yeah. And they have 15,168 cases confirmed.
Yeah.
So that's what? 1%?
Maybe. Probably.
Is it 10%? Let's see.
1%.
Let's see. 15 million. I'm going to just do the math here.
I think you're right. Somewhere around 1%.
Yeah, 150,000 is 1%.
Okay.
So they're,
Wait, 150,000 is 1%?
15, what did I say, 15 million?
19.
Or 19 million, okay, clear. 19 million times 0.01 is 190,000 is 1%.
Oh, shit, they're not even close to 1% then.
No, yeah.
Okay.
And I'm going to say, what did I say here? Let's say 5 million here in South Carolina times 0.1. 50,000 would be 1% of South Carolina.
Okay. Damn.
So, all right on that? Let me do this math again. It just doesn't seem like, when you really start looking at it like that, you're like, okay, it's not as bad.
Right.
Yeah, 50,000 would be 1%.
Okay.
So, we're well under 1% of the population infected right now.
Which is good.
Yeah, which is good. But, everybody play it smart. Don't look at that and go, woohoo, I can go party.
There you go. Like the kids in Florida.
Where Europe, okay, I just looked up the population of Europe. Because I'm like trying to go by continent.
Right.
So, okay, how are we doing versus, there are 741 million people in Europe.
Okay.
That's all the countries. Okay, times 0.01 equals 7 million would be infected to be 1%.
Wow.
And they're at 159,000.
Okay.
So, again, now I do want to look up the population of Italy.
Alexa, what's the population of Italy?
According to the CIA World Factbook,
60.4 million.
The population of Italy is 62.1 million.
Oh, 62 million according to Alexa.
There you go.
So 62 million in Italy, and they have 53. Let's see, 62 times 0.01 equals 620,000 would be 1%. And they are at 53,000.
You know, you hear numbers like that, and it is somewhat misleading.
No, I mean it is, but the thing is, okay, we don't, the percentage of population. This is more like to combat what you see on the news or the fear that's being spread. I'm not saying, hey, it's good times and party on.
Right.
But again, people who are sitting at home going, oh my God, everybody's going to die.
No, just us old people who are infirm and weak.
And even then, it's like, what's the population, percentage that is over the age? What's the odds?
Right.
Of how many severe cases are going to get, basically just, wiped out. But we don't know. We don't have that. Yeah. Again, that's why I kind of, have to go and look at this stuff and do the math sometimes and go, okay, I understand everything. But if you watch the news, though,
yeah,
they're showing rooms ready with bags and people getting ready to be laid out. And like, okay, this isn't quite accurate. I get it.
Right.
But at the same time, also, I'm kind of like, okay, they're talking about the hospitals getting overwhelmed.
Yep.
Like, all right, again, what percentage of the population have we done a shitty job with our hospitals? How much of the country's population can our hospitals handle?
Not enough for a pandemic.
Yeah.
Is the general belief. Yeah, we seem to be okay during normal times with enough beds and everything else, but not enough for a pandemic. So how do you approach that? What?
What if this was like The Stand?
Right. Yeah.
Where that's a thing I'm thinking that's glowingly like, okay, we really should look at how we get more hospitals.
Right.
But
then you have to look here. Yeah, but then you have to look at
costs.
Then you have to look at it and go, what's going to happen to those hospitals during normal everyday times? Yeah. You're going to have these hospitals that are empty and not being used, et cetera, et cetera. Yeah.
True. It's like, okay, so, what's our plan of emergency? I just don't think anybody was even prepared.
No, nobody.
I don't think nobody, anything you could have done would have prepared you for the amount that you got coming in.
Right.
And then you throw in the people that are, they read all the symptoms online and they go, I think I'm sick. I got it. Because they're hypochondriacs. Or just those people that just automatically think, I've got it.
Yeah.
And whether they do or don't, and then they're trying to get tested and wasting tests.
Right. Yep.
So, all right. Well, enough about the corona. All right.
I will say this. I do truly believe, I was talking with somebody about this the other day, and I think I even made a post about it. I do feel that.
Wait! You made a post that was optimistic.
Oh, suck it. Oh, no.
What?
Well, actually, no. Actually, it was. No, you're right. It actually was an optimistic post. It actually was.
For you. Well, let's judge this. On the shaman scale, it was optimistic.
Well, actually, wait. I forgot the sequence of events. What happened was, I'm sure you saw this one. It was my first angry post.
What day? God, because they've came a little faster and more furious than
usual. Yeah. I think it was Thursday, the one where I talked about the fact that there'll be a fundamental shift in society.
Oh yeah, and we both agree on that.
Yeah, I think there will. I think there will be some there will be some fundamental shifts in society. I don't know, and nobody does. Nobody knows what shape or what form those shifts will take. but it's going to happen. There is some shit that is going to seriously change.
I can predict.
Yeah.
I think it's the fundamental shift will be more towards the middle and getting along than the blame game people on both sides. I think you're going to see a little bit more. It may not be apparent by the amount of stuff you see.
Right.
And I think we're currently that way now. But I think you're seeing less people, attacking each other through this. They may attack our politicians. I think anybody in politics right now, you need to figure out how to get people to get along, not tear them apart.
Right.
Much of what I said last night in that post that you thought was all about you, it wasn't all about you. Ego fucking maniac.
Ego maniac. Yep.
Yeah. But it's like during this whole thing, and say what you want. Some of the great leaders were able to bring people together and get people to toughen up.
Yeah.
Nobody in our current political situation is doing much to bring people together.
Yeah.
You can even go back to the way Bush reacted after 9/11.
Yeah.
He wasn't doing a whole lot to tear anybody apart.
Right.
You can look at a bunch of different people during times of crisis and where they spoke and did things to keep the peace, keep the calm, and say, hey, we're gonna get through this. We don't get that from anyone right now.
No, you're right.
I've yet to really hear that.
No.
There's been a few on the local. I mean, I think the governors have done, for the most part, a pretty good job.
Yeah.
As far as like trying to keep the peace,
right.
I think Cuomo has hit the panic button a little bit more, but I think he has to a certain degree.
For New York, yeah, he does. He does have to.
Yeah. Again, though, we just pulled the population numbers up, though, and it's like, okay, you can look at the sheer numbers and go, oh my God, but at the same time, it's not much different there than most states, except for the fact that New York City's on top of everybody, right. And it could spread a lot easier there because there are so many people.
Well, plus the fact that one of the things they're talking about is the fact that Italy is in really bad shape, and we are supposedly somewhere around 10 to 12 days behind them. We're following the same curve that they did, but we're, almost 2 weeks behind them.
Yeah. And, meaning that we're doing a better job of it than Italy did.
Oh, we're doing a much better job.
Yeah. Well, we also, and that was the thing they were saying this morning on the news programs, like how we actually, we're a little bit ahead on the locking down the borders and everything else.
Right.
Trying to keep people from coming in, even though, it may have seemed like me at the time. It was like done for a reason.
Yeah.
And we're shutting things down a lot faster. I just saw England just closed their bars and restaurants Friday.
Yeah, Callum was talking about that. Yeah.
I was like, what? Okay. I mean, granted, though, they don't have as many numbers.
Right.
Their numbers are not nearly the level that ours are.
Right.
But again, that's also because they really don't have. I don't think they have as many big cities. Well, let's see. What's the population? It's population of the World Day on the Apocalypse Radio Show.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Oh, I know. Now remember what? 55.9 million.
Okay.
So yeah, they're really low.
What did you say the population in New York was?
Jesus.
Was it 19 million?
19 million, yeah.
19 million, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So England right now.
England is like 2.5 New Yorks. Is that all?
Yeah.
Damn.
Where is England on the list? 785 in Ireland. The UK, 5,000 cases.
Okay. So they're just really starting up.
Yeah. And there's been no changes today. But then again, we don't know how fast the reporting is coming out of there either.
You're right. Exactly.
And they have 281 deaths.
Yeah.
So by comparison, we're at 389 deaths.
Yeah.
And 30,000. So England's not doing a very good job.
No.
With 5,000 infected and 281 deaths.
Yeah, it doesn't sound like it.
They had 93 recovered, though.
Yeah.
How many has U.S. got recovered? 186. Okay.
Okay.
But the other thing is, in Russia, We're not seeing much out of those states.
And I have to wonder if they are even reporting.
If they're reporting it, or if
there's a lockdown. What?
Yeah, lockdown on
information.
On the information.
Yeah. Good question.
If you look at Russia, they've got they're low. I want to say, if I can find it here, like the Ukraine has 47. I still can't come on. Where's that? Come on.
Here's 3 Advil down the hatch. Man, I'm getting a raging headache suddenly. Good Lord.
Yeah.
No one knows it's the cigarettes.
Yeah, probably.
Guaranteed.
You should quit smoking those, but that's all right.
I need to. So
Nobody's that. So.
I just feel so draggy the more I smoke.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right, I know it's in here. I can't find it, so it doesn't matter.
There you go.
I was looking at it up last night, and I think they were like 300 or 400 cases.
Somewhere like that.
367 cases.
Okay.
Confirmed. Like, okay, that seems very, very low.
Right.
For the population. Well, I'm not really. Okay, let's look up the population of Russia.
Oh. Alexa, what's the population of Russia?
According to the CIA World Factbook, as of 2017, the population of Russia is 142 million people.
Okay. So there we go. 142 million people. So
I think if I remember right, the population of the U.S. is either 127 or 137 million. Or is it 327
No. We're like
million?
300 and
That's
something
it.
million.
327
We're
million.
300 and something million.
Okay. Yeah.
Double the amount of people Russia has.
Okay. All right.
So, all right. So enough of that. Podcast. We were talking about the new way we're going to be delivering the podcast.
Yes. Thank you for reminding me. If you look around, what's that?
You were supposed to have written that down when we got sidetracked.
I was supposed to, and I didn't. If you're looking for the show, of course you can find it in the usual places: iTunes, Podbean, at the apocalypseradio.com website. But now we are branching out, and we have got a channel. All you got to do is search for Apocalypse Radio Podcast. I think we're like third down the list. YouTube. We are posting the shows on our channel on YouTube, and I will be. That, unfortunately, it involves some real bullshit to get a show up there, because it probably takes about a half an hour to get a show ready to post on YouTube alone, because you have to convert audio into a movie, and then unless you want a black screen, which I don't, I got to find a picture of us and stick it up there as an image for the movie, and then I've got to save it out, and it's got to convert it and all that other shit.
So we got to find a better picture to use than that.
Oh, you don't like that picture? Huh. I got more pictures of us. Don't worry.
I know. Well, I bet I can create us a logo.
Okay, well, feel free. Do that. Feel free. We could use... we haven't changed the logo, and we've never really had a logo.
Since the beginning, yeah.
Yeah, we had one in the beginning, but... And we still have that to a degree. But yeah, if you want to find the show, you can find it over YouTube. I'm going to start working soon on getting us on Spotify. I just have to clean up some things we use to be able to do it. But we should appear sometime in the next month or so on Spotify. And there was one other place. I can't remember where it was. I've got a note scribbled somewhere for myself. But there was one other place that I wanted to put us to make us available. It might have been Spreaker or something like that, because it seems like a decent amount of people. Might have been SoundCloud.
Yeah, I think SoundCloud probably is.
Yeah, I think I was looking at
Spreaker. Spreaker is the one we can get on there, but they're only going to host so many shows, and after that they want to charge you.
Right.
I think our one show a week would only be up. That would be the only thing on Spreaker, because I think their limits as far as how much they'll let you on there for is crazy.
I don't even know if our show length would qualify, because I think they limit you to like
like 30 minutes.
Yeah, like 30 or 40 minutes, something like that.
Yeah. SoundCloud, I think we're okay. I think I know several shows that are of this length that are doing that. And did we come up with a solution? Anybody come up with a solution on the how to host the older shows?
I think, well, not the older shows. For anybody who's curious, I've taken off everything from let's see. I have taken off everything from a year ago. So once you pass a year ago, I think currently I have everything from April of 2019 to current online and accessible and downloadable. Everything from March of 2019 back to January of 2005 is now offline. So if anybody wants to hear one of those older shows, let us know. Drop us a note, charlie@apocalypseradio.com, shaman@apocalypseradio.com, or our new webmail address, apocalypseradiopodcast@gmail.com. Drop us a line to any of those places and let us know, and I'll set up a link for you so you can download an older show or a couple of older shows, whatever it is you're looking for. I think we're okay on our current...
Thank you, Stephen, for the email, by the way, earlier this week.
Oh, yeah. Thanks, dude.
About the... did you get that, too?
Yeah, I got it. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, because, we are going to do the YouTube thing, but so thank you for that suggestion.
Yes, very, very much so. I think we're okay with our provider for the time being, because we had talked about doing it last show. I called them Monday morning and got with one of their reps and explained to them, this is how many downloads we usually get a week. We get sporadic downloads of the older shows, blah, 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 blah. And the guy looked at the directory and said, oh, I can tell you what the problem is. He said it's the fact that you've got over 600 MP3s in here. He goes, that's what got you flagged.
Yeah.
He goes, if you'll take that. Matter of fact, he was actually suggesting, he said, you know what, if you'll take everything from 2005 to like 2009 down, you'll probably be fine. And I was like, well, that's a thought. I said, but let me take it a step further. What if I kill everything before 2019? And he said, oh, I guarantee you won't have any problems then.
Okay.
He said, that's a manageable amount. We don't have a problem with that. So I told him to put that note in our file so that if tech support or whoever runs the networks, sees our directories again, they'll hopefully see that note in there and adjust accordingly and go, oh, okay, well, these guys are okay now. We'll leave them alone. I do know it was supposedly, I had a cutoff date of the 20th to get shit back in line, and it is the 22nd, and the site is still up. So my only assumption can be that the tech people are okay with what we've got up there now. So we should be good on hosting. I would have felt horrible if we'd had to move hosting to someplace else, because it would have been involving moving the domain, reloading, re-uploading all the files, blah 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 blah, and all that shit.
Yeah.
Then I also would have had to change our RSS feed. I would have had to have changed the blog creator that I use, blogger.com. It would have been a nightmare if we would have actually had to have moved everything. Matter of fact, we would have just shut down the show. I'm kidding.
Yeah. Well, Brian, we may have to clean up our content even more for YouTube and Spotify, those.
Yeah, we are. I'm actively working on that. For anybody who's curious, the guy Bobo, the guy that did the intro for the show back 16 years ago, is I'm back in touch with him, and he is working on a new music bed for us. And I'm very curious. He sent me, I love Bobo. He sent me a sample, and I think it was kind of a, is this along the lines of what you're looking for? And it was an awesome track, man.
Yeah.
It was a kicking track, but it was
dark.
It was kind of dark, but it was like frenetic rock and roll.
Okay.
Frenetic, not metal, but approaching metal rock.
Yeah.
It was, I was like, nah, I don't think that's going to do, because, that's, somebody hears that behind us. For one thing, there's no way to bring that down enough that it won't be really intrusive to the show. And if you can hear it, it would be really distracting.
Yeah.
It would be real distracting. You'd be listening to the music and not the words.
Yeah.
And that's not what I want to accomplish. But
Exactly.
I talked to him again this morning. He is actively working on a new music bed for us, and I can't wait to see what he comes up with, because I still think the intro he made for us is fucking timeless. I can't imagine us ever changing that, because that is the best. I have listened to more than a few podcasts, and in my opinion, we have one of the best fucking intros out there. Our intro kicks ass. That's just an awesome intro, man.
All right. So I think what else we need to cover here?
I think we've about did it.
We about done everything for this week?
Yeah, we're about it.
We may get back to another show this, coming up. We did kind of a one show this week. We'll see if we wind up doing 2 this week. Well, you'll at least definitely get a one show.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
But
I'm not going to look up
2. Some weeks might get
Some weeks 2, some weeks 1.
Yeah.
I haven't looked at the numbers this week, but if memory serves me correctly, this is either the 13th or the 14th week in a row we have consistently managed to pump one out. My goal is 52. If we can get 52 in a row pumped.
Fuck with that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. Life interferes, and that's just the way it is sometimes.
Well, thankfully, though, this summer I'm not going to be nearly as busy.
No. Nope. You won't be nearly as busy. Not a lot of remote.
You don't think I'm gonna have a lot of? I don't have a lot of visitors down here this summer.
No.
At least not right now.
Nope. How many people have you had cancel so far?
Well, we had Ian and Margie cancel. They were supposed to come in this coming week.
Yeah.
Not looking good for Terry's dad and his wife coming in. Yeah. They were supposed to come in the middle of May. That's it right now.
Okay.
Of course, nobody else. This is about the time everybody starts kind of, hey, can we come down? This time.
Right.
And nobody has said anything about it. So
I can't imagine they will for a while.
Yeah. Never know though.
I think we're looking. This is just my guesstimate, but I think we're looking at somewhere around 6 to 9 months before society gets back to anything close to normal.
I would agree with you.
Yeah, I think we're looking at 6 to 9 months. I think if we're lucky, this time next year, I think we might be back to normal with society functioning as it has before.
Yeah,
but not before then. No, not before then. Shit's gonna stay weird for a while. Kids, get used to it.
Yep,
it's gonna stay crazy.
But we'll see just kind of how we all adjust to everything. Because that's the one good thing about human beings. Pretty flexible.
We're pliable. Yeah.
Yeah. We've adjusted to a lot of different things in life, and made it through it okay. So I think we'll be through this one okay as well. Yeah. I think just as far as like how we handle it and the way we're dealing with things will probably be sooner rather than later.
Right.
Some lifestyle changes will definitely be only in place.
Yep.
But hopefully we can get through this and have as least amount of damage as possible.
Right.
Just the economy and everything else. I mean, nobody really wants to see it go to shit.
Side note,
yes.
My HSX, the HSX stock market tends to a degree, reflect upon what's going on the real stock market to a degree. Yeah. And right now, since every movie that's coming out for the next 2 years is going to have its dates pushed further down the line, the stock market on HSX has taken a massive hit. You're going to love this. Usually,
how much virtual money did you lose?
Holy fuck, dude! You're not even going to believe this. On an average bad week, I might lose about $1 million total, and I'll usually end up gaining it back and then some the next week as everything moves back up, slowly but surely. Since 2 weeks ago, I think it'll be 2 weeks ago come tomorrow, I have lost $50 million.
Oh my gosh.
That's literally unheard of in the game.
Yeah.
I have lost $50 million. I've gone from 384 2 weeks ago to 334 today. And I am still, let's see, what's the current tab today? As it stands, it's not too bad today. I think maybe it's calming down. As it stands, so far today, I'm down about $100,000, and that's a totally normal, reasonable amount to fluctuate.
Okay.
So I'm praying to God that the freak out over HSX is done. But again, like I say, I can sit here and look at the biggest losers on my list today, and it's all shit. Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse 2, Kingsman 3, Uncharted, let's see, Downton Abbey, Candyman. All this shit that's scheduled to come out in the next 2 years is just off the charts, dropping into the ground.
Yeah.
And I don't get it. I think a lot of people are scared they're going to go straight to video. And I'm sitting here going, no, they're not. You're going to see some, but most of this shit is not going to go straight to video. They're just going to move it down the line. Sure, Black Widow got canceled for May, but unless something extraordinary happens and Disney really changes their mind, that movie's just going to get moved to the fall. It'll end up coming out in August, September, October, somewhere around there. Hopefully, maybe the theaters will be open by then. But, I don't see them.
And honestly, if I was a studio, unless they're just freaking out. Now, this is the other thing we haven't really taken into consideration.
Mm-hmm.
There is no production on anything currently.
No, all production is pretty much ceased.
So everything's kind of getting kicked back, not just because they want to wait and make money off of it. It's like, all right, we got to have something to go in the pipeline when we come out on the other side of this.
Right.
And even like, okay, you think, well, maybe if they can put their mid-level movies out, we could at least watch those.
Right.
I'm starting to wonder about that, too, because, again, you're going to need things to go into the pipeline.
Yep.
Because if this goes on for, 4 or 5 months, as far as, like, shutting down productions, then really nothing will be coming out. I mean, it's like, okay, if you run through the mid-level ones right now, then all you're going to have are just major movies coming out afterwards.
Yeah.
And then that'll be probably, not nearly the same schedule either. You're not going to have blockbuster after blockbuster.
No. They'll spread them out.
Yeah. So. All right. We are at the end. So enjoy yourselves. Have a good one. Stay safe. Practice your social distancing. Wash your hands, people.
There you go.
And we will catch you next time.
Later.
If you'd like to send an email to charlie@apocalypseradio.com or shaman@apocalypseradio.com. To subscribe, use the links at apocalypseradio.com or search for us on iTunes.
Tape's rolling, man. Make some noise.
Live from the intersection of beer and bongs.
Okay, tape's rolling.
On that lonely old highway we call the World Wide Web.
Oh, dude, start over.
Making sure the net never gets predictable. It's...
I'll mollify it with some sound.
Apocalypse Radio.
Well, there you have it, folks. Another happy ending from the good people at Jimmy James Incorporated.
Good night, Herr Doctor.
Good night, Frau Blucher.
Galactus, the devourer of worlds. What? Are you recording? That was mean.